Sean's fans, welcome to another edition of the Coaching Crew Show. I am your host, Charlie Kraus, and we're previewing ULM, the Fighting Terry Bowdens. Yes, Bobby Bowden's boy, former Auburn head coach, former Akron coach, former Samford head coach, now has, in his grandpa days, taken on the ULM job. Last year was year one. If you remember correctly, he took over a 0-win program and had them fighting for bowl eligibility right up to the wires. This year, another step forward.
We'll be in competition for the conference championship this year. I didn't say I would win the conference championship. I think we can compete for it. We can compete in this conference. And I have players that have full confidence that they have the ability to line up and play with anybody in this conference. I don't say we'll be favored in every game. I can't tell you what the record's going to be, but I do know after last season that we're on our way to being a competitive part of this conference.
They're 2-3 on the season, 2 road games that they lost at Alabama, at Texas. And Coach Bowden made the ultimate joke there of saying he knew exactly what he was going to get when playing both of those schools.
You know we make about $4 million in those 2 games that we play, and that's a lot of money.
Outside of those 2 games, they are 2-1. And those preseason predictions, hey, I make them as well. I think I had them at 3rd or 4th in the West. The coaches' polls had them at 7th. I think they're going to be fighting for bowl eligibility, and they've got a lot to offer against what Coastal will be facing this weekend.
Coach Bowden at Monroe is doing a fantastic job. Got a lot of experience on his staff on both sides of the ball, coaches that have coached at a high level of football for a long time. And you can tell that with their schemes. They do a fantastic job with their players are playing hard and they're aggressive. They're way improved from last year, and we're not as good as we were last year, so it should be a heck of a game.
2-part conversation. The running back room is still kind of fully beat up. So that's part 1. Part 2 is because of that, opportunities are given. And when you're 4th string running back, as Coach Chadwell has said many times now, CJ has become the team's MVP thus far this season. He's embraced those opportunities, and he has taken on those opportunities. And other players now, when they finally return, which won't be this week, more than likely for most of them. I think Reese White has now been upgraded to doubtful. So it goes out, which means you're 100% out. Doubtful means there's 75% chance you're not playing. Questionable, which is 50% chance of playing. Probable, which is 25% chance of playing. He's now listed as doubtful. So there's a good chance Reese White's still not playing. Aaron Bedgood, Braden Bennett, both of them still listed as out. So CJ is making the most of his opportunities, and now others are going to have to re-earn their position in the depth charts when they and upon their return. Home wins. They're 2-0 on the season at home, this being their 3rd game. This is the Chanticleer's 2nd road game of the season. So something's going to give. 2-0 versus 1-0 is the way I see this game playing out. And ULM has vastly improved on offense from last year, and their defense has totally been revamped. Whole new defensive schemes and looks. So this is now Game 6, a bowl game qualifying opportunity for Coastal Carolina, but their 6th straight different, 100% different style of defense they are now facing this weekend. So they're going to, by the time they get to a bowl game, assuming they win one of their next 7 games, they are going to know pretty much everything every defense has to offer. It seems like by the way this trend is moving. We'll see. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. You can find it on ESPN Plus. We'll be part of the wrap-up show afterwards. Now the $1 million question. My thoughts, my processes, my score predictions. So far, luckily, I'm 5-0 straight up, and I'm now up to 3-2 ATS. So let's roll that dice, and we're going to say 38-20 Coastal Carolina. We'll see how I do. Check us out immediately after the game. I will upload this video as fast as I can to YouTube after the press conference takes place. Try to put some highlights in the game, and we'll We'll see how the shots split, if they become bowl eligible or not. What are your thoughts so far on the season? What are your thoughts on CJ and the Myrtle Hurdle? Give us your thoughts, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Sean's up.